Oh, hey folks, Kevin here. Well, I think it's November 11th, 2022, and it's about 44 degrees, I think, what it said on the app a little while ago, 44 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we had lots of snow melting like crazy, and the ground is starting to thaw some, which is an issue this time of year. I really prefer that it doesn't. And of course, all this snow was about 3 times as deep as it is right now. So I thought what I'd do is the deer have been active the last couple days. So the other day I put a bushel of apples out by this cherry tree here, and they were gobbling them up last night. And they finished those off, and there were 2 herds that came through. And so earlier today I came out here. I got to be careful, it's pretty icy out here. And I put probably about half to 3/4 of a bushel here. So it's in different locations, because when the 2 herds come together, there's a little bit of conflictive interactions going on between them. I'm going to get to the side here so I don't hurt myself. So since there's been so much thawing, I thought what I'd do is go back down, I've got 2 buckets here. I'm going to go down to the root cellar and get some of those other apples that got spoiled. I left them in the sugar shack and had a deep freeze. And of course that just, hastens the rate at which the apples start to break down. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make sure the wildlife have them. We always have plenty anyways. And the few apples that are still left that they didn't finish under the snow up in the food forest, it's going to have to thaw some more before they can get to that. I do have one camera on my chest, the way I had it the last time we went down, and I have one on my head as well. So since it's warm today, so this is a woodshed part. That's how much wood we burnt so far this year, which is really good because we had more than usual sunshine. That's how much for next year I planned. We always have extra though. Here are the racks of the beans that I've still got to deal with over the next couple of weeks. Get those all hauled. And we've got garlic and shallots to process as well. And still have plenty of sweet potatoes in here. I have some small ones. I'll make a video on starting the sweet potatoes because I just put them in some beds just the other day. Well, this morning I did. Not the other day. Got a couple around here on the floor. Yeah, that won't be too bad. I absolutely love these apples, but once they've been frozen, you have to make applesauce out of them, or sliced canned apples or something within a week or so, and we just haven't had the time. So all the wildlife will get the benefit of them. And they'll deposit the seeds all over the place. Okay, 2 buckets of apples. This way I'll be balanced. It's nice having your own little grocery store down here. Because we've had so much melting, I decided not to get my snowshoes out and just put on my taller boots. Maybe I'll regret that. I can't say just yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll get a little bit of a workout here. Yeah. Maybe it's good I'm not wearing a winter hat, because this cool plastic hat, as I heat up, is going to help me cool down some. Deer. As the snow gets deeper, so those are 2 separate deer. As the snow gets deeper, you notice cats will always walk in their same footprints. Or one cat will walk in another one's prints. So this one came both ways. My heart's already beating a little bit here. Same thing here. Yeah, this is a workout. Just about to my knees. Can't imagine what it would have been like couple days ago out here. And my buckets are dragging. All deer prints right in here. Now we'll see fox, cat, squirrel, rabbit, coyote, deer, raccoon, possum. Every once in a while I'll see the porcupines. I haven't seen any porcupines this season. I'm glad Thea didn't come with me now. This would be a little rough. All right. So we got deer and coyote going right down here. And that doesn't mean that the coyote is tracking them. We've got 2 coyotes that are always together. One coyote who's always alone. And last year, I saw 4 coyotes all the time. All deer prints right in here. And let's look at this path here. Deer, deer, deer. All deer right in there that I see. But right here, I can't say it's that deep now. Trying to walk on the same place that we walked on before, which is packed down pretty well, so I'm not sinking in as deeply. I absolutely love it down here. Someday when things slow down, I hope to spend a lot more time down here with my camera. And nice and deep again. This little spillway that I put in here is really working out nicely. Actually, it's a spillway to a stream, to a vernal pool that's, and then to another spillway. It's getting deep right here. All right, what do we have here? Well, I do see fox prints, and I almost never see coyotes and fox prints together. Boy. Heart's a pounding here. Right in here, all I see is deer right now. And this isn't so deep right here. This is kind of nice. So this is a lower beaver pond, and I'm on the lower beaver dam wall right now, which is a roadway. Doesn't look like a lot of activity lately out here. And I just see deer print right here, right now. I should have brought batteries now that I look at this. There's still some charge there. So this is the area that I opened up, and this is the spot the Beaver rebuilt their dam wall. Camera didn't show it that well. Oh, deer prints in here. I hope the deer are real careful now as ice is getting thinner. There's water running underneath this whole section and going right over to the dam wall, the upper dam wall. And that ice is very thin there. You can see as the water's running, there's more flow in this area. And there, we've got a whole bunch of dead fish right here. Holy cows. I don't know if you could see that. I think there's sunfish and bass right there, a whole bunch of them. Now that's the first time I've seen that. Man, they're all along in here. So, well, up over my knees now. So the current's coming right straight through here, and there could be sinkholes in the area where I'm standing now. So I better be very careful. But this is where the water's flowing through, and therefore the fish that are like sediment in a sense, they're buoyant and they're just coming down this way. So I do see both sunfish and bass here. Let's see if I can get out of this spot. Yeah, I'm glad they stayed up there. Yeah, here's another spot. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on this side of the area here, and I got to be real careful. This is all drift along this side, so I'll just shoot right down into there. But you can see here's another place where the flow rate is higher, and you see all the fish here. I hope there aren't any hazardous chemicals ending up in this water down here. This is terrible. This is the first time I've seen so many fish dead like this. And there's no telling when this happened. And there are folks that will just dump chemicals, around, and getting rid of some hazardous waste that they've had, and they figure the solution to pollution is dilution. Man, this isn't good. I'm gonna have to keep a real close eye on this. I hope the beaver are okay. And certainly, this is a concern for all the fish-eating birds, the kingfishers, the herons, the eagles, the osprey. That is a concern. I don't know that any of this is showing up on these cameras. I never know until I get back and load them into the computer. I used to know the state pathologist, and I could always send him specimens before, but he's retired now. Yeah, these are all deer print in here that I see. All deer here. I don't want to find any mammals stuck out there in the breaking through the ice and drowning. That would not be any good at all. Yeah, all deer print right in here. Now we'll see how the weather is tomorrow, and I may come down here and net some of these fish, freeze them. And do a necropsy on some of them. All right, these are the coyote prints right here. More here, but it's hard to tell. They're older ones, so with the rain, yeah, more here. And they're coming down and they're turning around. They're going in a little ways and turning around. They must be getting a scent in the air when this is happening. They're moving in one direction, stopping, probably getting a scent, and then redirecting themselves. And I don't know how easy it's been for them to survive this winter. All deer in here. And what do we have there? There's a rabbit. It's got to be a rabbit. They're just worn some. Yeah, it's a rabbit. Good size rabbit. Of course, that might be what they got a sniff of. When you watch the coyotes and when they're on the go to get from point A to point B, it's pretty amazing. I mean, they just, it's almost like a trot that they do, but they're actually pacing, and they just follow one another right in the same tracks. And I think that's to reduce the workload. And I don't recognize them well enough because I only see them briefly on camera. I haven't caught them out here in the last year when I'm out here by myself, because they're usually during the nighttime that I'm seeing them. Just saw deer right there. Just deer. Deer. Yeah, it looked like they were mostly just going in this direction, but I could see they're going both directions. So this one came running over in here and just sort of stopped sideways here and then went down here. So this guy was doing a canter in here, and that's when he slid right into this spot when he stopped. It's like a motorcycle leaning in. It's when they get up to speed, they can just lean with very little steering with the front forelimbs. Well, I'm getting my exercise today. This is so bad right here. Okay. I did not have to snow blow. Usually I have to snow blow at the base of all of the solar panels, and I came back here to snow blow. I think it was the beginning of this week. Maybe it was like Tuesday, just a few days ago. And I was going to start snow blowing in between here, because when I cleaned the snow off the solar panels, I had to push so much snow under the panels because it was a good 1.5 feet above the base of the panels, which when the snow goes to slide off, it just gets hung up on the snowbank at the base. But when I got out here and saw the forecast, I thought, well, we'll give it a chance and see if that will work out. I'm going to put these 2 buckets in the sugar shack here. Okay. Mission accomplished. Got a little exercise. Did not have a heart attack. Generated a few calories of heat. One of my favorite things to do is to watch the wildlife. This winter it's been all through the cameras, our surveillance and monitoring cameras, and it's nice to have that ability when I can't actually get out here. And you really get to appreciate the routines of each species, how they're related to the weather, the wind, the snow, how deep the snow is, the temperature, how cold it is. You know, when we're getting heavy snows, the deer and the coyotes hunker down. Sometimes I'll see the fox. The fox is out, but it's usually at dawn and dusk, you know, more crepuscular. But at other times they're completely nocturnal. When the weather is better at nighttime, you'll see them out any hour of the night. And deer are considered crepuscular, but we monitor their activities throughout the night. They're pretty much base their foraging on the environment, and I imagine having to do with predation as well. So that's my walk. I'm going to go ahead and shut these cameras down. If you found this video of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you have any comments or questions, or want to share things that you've been observing this winter, that would be awesome. Thanks so much for watching, folks, and have a super fantastic day. Bye-bye now.